What if I told you NoFap is not benefiting you, but rather destroying you? It is ruining your life. How would you feel? Probably pretty upset. You probably feel quite frustrated because you've, in a way, started to give your life to NoFap and to semen retention and to overcoming your porn and masturbation addiction. And I'm telling you that it's actually not benefiting you, but rather it's starting to destroy you and starting to ruin you as a person. And it's starting to really fuck you up mentally. Now, I found NoFap in November 2023. That's when I first discovered it. And I just found it online. I think I failed No Nut November. It's probably like the fifth day. I don't know. Something like that. And I was very upset that I relapsed on No Nut November. So I went out and researched essentially finding NoFap. Now I couldn't wait to do NoFap. I was very excited about it, very energized, all the benefits, my life's gonna get better. And I wasn't making any progress for a long, long time. And the problem was I would I would relapse and then I would watch a video to get my dopamine back up. It would be talking about how the relapse is part of the progress. Rome wasn't built in a day. And these are all beneficial, but I was just using it to make myself feel better about relapsing. That wasn't actually benefiting me. And that was a problem, that was a big problem that I ran into. I wasn't making any progress, and there was no real advice that really benefited me and was able to make me progress. People were just talking about the NoFap benefits timeline and all the benefits of it, but they weren't actually showing me how to do it. And this resulted in a lot of stress and anxiety, and it really fucked me up for a while. But it wasn't until I found Hamza who said that NoFap as a whole is completely retarded and that we should instead focus on not focusing on masturbation and semen retention. Instead, completely forget about it and move on. Now, before we get further on in the video, make sure to check out the course. It works. It'll give you all the advice that I have unfortunately had to go through the pain to find. Essentially, you just fast track NoFap, if you want to call it NoFap. Essentially, you just fast track it, and you don't have to go through as much or if any pain at all. If that sounds good to you, check it out. But Hamza said that NoFap is essentially just a conspiracy, if you will. It's for what these creators, whatever you want to call them, these NoFap creators, like myself, are using to get views and to gain an audience. But the problem is they are just trying to either find money or status or clout, if you will, and they're not actually giving full proof advice. And my advice to you is forget about NoFap. Completely forget about it. Completely forget about its existence. Don't call it NoFap. Just kind of go on with life. Because once I stopped thinking about NoFap, I did well on NoFap. And it sounds like a contradiction. As soon as I stopped kind of focusing on NoFap and not relapsing, I did better on NoFap because I forgot about NoFap. It's because you're not focused on it. When you're focused on something, you tend to be more likely to do it. When you focus on something, you tend to attract it. That is the law of attraction. So when you focus on making money, you're going to make money. When you focus on getting a girlfriend, you're going to get a girlfriend. When you focus on NoFap, you're going to focus on jerking off. You're going to focus on relapsing. Well, not relapsing, but that's going to cause you to relapse. So forget about NoFap. Stop counting the days. Stop counting your streak, if you will. Your streak is meaningless in the grand scheme of your life. It is just your emotional thinking, the emotional thinking part of your brain, trying to make you feel good and trying to remind you not to relapse, which is going to result in you relapsing anyway. So stop counting the days. Stop checking off the days each day. Completely forget when you last relapsed. I don't care how you have to do it. If you have to hum when you're thinking about when you last relapsed, that's what I used to do. Change. I used to change the topic in my brain to something else that would result in me not thinking about when I last relapsed, and that helped. That by all means that helped. You could also just kind of count down how many relapses you've done in the month. So let's say you set a target for 5 relapses. Okay, write that down, and then once you relapsed, then just say you got 4 more left. 3, 2, 1, and there you go. That will kind of remold your thinking. It will remold how you think, and that will result in you being less prone to thinking about the days and the streaks and all this stuff. And stop watching NoFap videos because they're not benefiting you. They're just giving you little dopamine highs, making you feel better. Oh yeah, you need to actually implement what you're learning. So if you're watching my videos, implement it, but only watch my video and then implement it. And if you want to find a new skill or a new tip, come back, watch one of my videos or Hamza's videos or whatever. But don't just keep watching NoFap videos every time you've relapsed, because that was another problem I had. That's what I did. So I wanted to feel better about myself. I wanted someone to tell me that it was going to be okay. And it wasn't until I started implementing the things they were saying and the things that I was learning. So actually stop watching my videos and everyone else's videos on NoFap. Focus on other things. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on improving your life and the people around you. Focus on the gym. Focus on a business. Get a girlfriend. Whatever it may be. Start doing things. Start making a business. Start reading books. I'm reading books every day, multiple times a day. At the moment, I'm reading The One Thing by Gary Keller. I'm only 12 pages in. I just finished a book about 3 hours ago, and then I went out and did some training. But I've got so many books, you can see them there, and I've got more on the way. I've got more downstairs. I've got more. I'm reading. I'm reading two books. I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a good book, but I'm just reading that 1 page or 2 pages every day. So I just flip along and then read a page. Build these good habits. Build these habits that are going to benefit you and build you as a person. Focus on improving yourself, and NoFap and all this other stuff will just come along with it. Focus on your purpose. It used to be behind me, but you can see I've got the whiteboard. I can't lie. This camera does not justify how big it is. I don't know if it's like zoomed out on. No, it's not even zoomed out. But it's much bigger than it looks. And I hope to start using the whiteboard for a few videos. I haven't a clue how to. I'm so used to journaling. I'm kind of having to get used to writing on a whiteboard. And also, I need a rubber to rub out all the shit. So it's going to be a work in progress. But in the next few videos, we should start to see the whiteboard being implemented. But getting off topic there. There. You can see that one right there. That has my values and my purpose. That is what you need. You need your purpose. You need to find a purpose, whether that be saving kittens, whether that be helping people online like me. That's one of the things I do. It might be investing. It might be cooking. It might be discipline. Maybe serving for your country. Maybe you want to be a Navy SEAL. Maybe you want to be like David Goggins, and your purpose is to push yourself to your very limits, to experience hardship and to learn your own mind. If that is what your purpose is, that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. And another thing, NoFap, the word NoFap, the term NoFap, the company NoFap, the Reddit page NoFap, the videos NoFap, they are all a cope. It's cope. The whole thing is cope to get views, to get you watching. And I'm gonna be completely brutally honest. That's the whole reason why I'm naming these videos and why I'm basing everything on the term NoFap, because it gets views and I want to grow an audience, and the only way to do that is by having something specific like NoFap. So I'll put my hands up and say, yeah, I'm doing it to grow an audience. I'm doing it to help people. But you see people like fucking Jack Piggott, or however you say his name. If you look him up, his videos are complete shit. He's got a lot of YouTuber or a lot of followers, and he seems like a really sound guy. I've spoke to him a few times. But I know that his content is just cope for people like him who are just trying to cope with their problems. So, NoFap is a cope, the whole term NoFap, the Reddit page, whatever, like I stated, the Twitter page, if that even exists, I bet it does. I've seen people with hashtag goon and all this shit. It's cope. These terms are cope. Get on with shit. Actually get on with your life. Stop coping and get to it. I believe in you. I'm probably the only person right now who's in your corner, who's actually helping you. I am more on your side than you are. Your brain is coping and your brain is not thinking correctly. And by all means, just listen to that because it's true. Your own brain tricked you into fapping and you're still doing it. So why should you trust your brain over someone who doesn't fap and knows what he's doing with his life? So, good luck and have a good day. I hope to see you again in the future. Bye bye.